Good afternoon, fellow traders. It's Black Coffee Trader. Today is Tuesday, January the 13th, and we had another pretty bad day today. I'm not really happy about it. Down about 10 grand, basically about 400 bucks across all the accounts. In hindsight, looking back, I tilted a little bit today. I kind of got to a little bit of an I don't care point in my trading today. I took way too many trades. I took 10 trades today, which is way more than I normally take. It was just one of those days where the market was really, there was a lot of divergences on the market, and I didn't read it very well. And I kept taking the same shots and just getting stopped out. So I'm not going to bore you with all the trades. We're not going to spend the time to go through all 10 of them. But I'm going to look at or show you TradeZella here first. So here's today. Down about 10 grand, only had a 28% win rate. Really just a bad day, just an ugly day. On the month, let's see where we're at now. This month we were down probably 6,000. So I mean that's very recoverable, very very much recoverable. But we definitely have gone on a bit of a red streak after the couple of good months in November. Let me go back here to November. We had a pretty nice month. December we had a pretty nice month, but you can see that last week of December we were red. I had negative 14 grand of the last couple of days of December. Then you roll that into January. We did have a little bit of green that Friday, but that's two straight red weeks. This week is not done. We can hopefully get back to green. I would say break even would be good. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm probably not even going to trade that much towards the end of the week. So yeah, it might be a stretch for us to get back to green this week. So, but anyway, it is what it is. I was my own worst enemy today. And if I look back at like Friday, I took some bad trades Friday, took some bad trades today. Not necessarily bad, I guess, but just kept on taking trades that weren't working. I guess that is a bad trade. So there you go. So that's that. As far as the individual accounts goes, we're down basically 300 bucks on all of those this week. Some of these take profits are down like 260, so they're not quite down as far. But the problem is that the drawdown is pretty low. This Tradeify account, I am probably not going to keep that one. I got 100 bucks in drawdown left. The take profit accounts were down to like 280, 290, or 260 in drawdowns. So we don't have very much left there. So that's unfortunate. And I mean, really, going back to the Lucid ones, they've got 400 bucks left there. But really, these three accounts and these 5 take profit accounts, I did the damage to those accounts by having too big a size when I got them and just simply being wrong. Got them and immediately had a couple of red days and just ended up with I kind of torched those myself. So here's what it is. We can recover the Apex stuff. I'm not that worried about that. I mean, a $400 day is recoverable for sure. It's just hard when you have very little drawdown left. So but let's look at some of the trades today. Here you can see ES. In the morning, I took a break and retest. I was looking for a short of this continuation. We bounced, got taken out, just unfortunate. And really, this was an NQ bounce. NQ, I think at that time, bounced off of like the 25, what was it, right here. NQ bounced right there. That's where that occurred. So probably should have been a little bit more aware. I actually didn't take any trades on NQ. But back to ES, here I had a break and retest I finally had a nice little retest of this level, looking for this to continue. We just simply couldn't. And so when we got, my target was set at these lows right here. And when we got close there, I just moved my stop to break even immediately. It did get stop break even, so that was a free trade, from that regard, but it didn't work. And then here, this was the last trade of the day. Took the long as we were starting to hold at this level, thinking, okay, well, if we didn't break down in the morning, we didn't break down here as we broke below it here in the afternoon, so okay, we're probably going higher. Wrong, gets stopped out there, the market goes back up, rips down, and then we finished there at the end of the day. So just really whipsawy, not a fun day. Let's see, Dow Jones, I didn't take any trades on the Dow. The Dow was really, really yucky today. The Russell, this was where I spent a little bit more time as well. I did have a couple of wins on the Russell, but the damage was done right here in this area. I did have a break and retest short here. I was a little hesitant to take this morning. I did finally took it out with one contract, got stop break even on the last 3 or 4, whatever I had on there, but a little bit of a win there. And the same thing occurred here. Again, had looking for a continuation move down, didn't get it, got out there with some profit, stop break even. But then up here, this was where I made the mistake. I love break and retest longs above prior day highs. This is what I really love. I love that trade. And I probably loved it a little bit too much today. I went into this as this failed. When this failed and went higher, I was pretty convinced, okay, if we're not going to fail to the downside, we're probably going to continue marching higher. Took this long here, got stopped out, re-entered the trade there for a second time, got stopped out again. So frustrating. And then here, took a long there, and I just killed this trade after, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so in that trade. I did have my stop right below this wick. Luckily, didn't get stopped out there, but I just didn't want to risk it. Well, if I would have kept it, we could have survived that move, and I probably would have barely gotten to TP1. So really wasn't much of a move there, but I did kill that trade. So yeah, and then on gold, this was the first trade of the day. This was really way too aggressive. This is really kind of what set the tone. Took the break and retest long above prior day high, again looking for that PDH break and retest, and I was just too aggressive. I was way too aggressive on it and got stopped out, and we actually ended up testing the prior day high and rejecting off of that and kind of melting lower for the rest of the day. So that was a problem there. And really, to set it up even further, I did take an overnight trade on gold. And so I came in the morning. Where's my gold trade? Wasn't that gold? I took an overnight trade. And now this thing's going to freeze up on me. I took an overnight trade, and I forget what it was. But anyway, I came in this morning and I was green. I was green by like $50 per account. So for whatever reason, I'm trying to remember what. I know, it doesn't really matter. I took a trade in the overnight session that was a winner, came in green this morning, and then that first gold trade ended up being a red trade, and that really, was kind of an upset right there, that trade right there. That was an upset to me to take my accounts from green to red, and that really just kind of set the tone for the day, and I just mentally didn't really recover from that, if that makes sense. It's just, I did the damage to myself, so all I can do is regroup and be back at it tomorrow and, go from there. I know the other thing that's crazy, after this red day I had right here on Friday, I did lower my size. I actually lowered my risk these last couple of days, and I'm glad I did, because today would have been even worse. Well, it could have been even worse if I hadn't. So anyway, just a couple of bad days here, and we just need to regroup, and I'm just going to be very, very careful. Need to be very careful tomorrow and try to put a good day together and try to bounce out of this and not let this turn into a multi-red streak. So anyway, that's that. I think I'll leave you with that tonight, and wish you the best. Hopefully you had a better day than I did. Today was not a fun day. I'm curious to know if you had a good day or a bad day. If you don't mind, put that in the comments. You can either put good day or bad day. It kind of tells me what we need to know, but in any case, man, we got all kinds of orders canceled. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, I'm not in any trades that I'm aware of. But anyway, we'll leave you with that. Have a good day tomorrow, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.